The 953rd edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code MMA SGPN.
Howdy ho, Degenerinos. Welcome to episode 953 of the MMA Gambling Podcast and the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, dedicated to one of our haters, or at least a Gumby hater, Mike Davis. Mike Davis, hopefully not Beast Boy Davis. This guy and his dog picks again, and then he goes on forever. Gumby, for the record, Gumby went 2-2 on his dogs at UFC and made money because he had a plus 200 and a plus 130. So I don't, if that's not good enough for you, then that's a shame, right?
I had a plus 235 on Friday.
Yeah. You miss every dog you don't hit. You don't take a swing at or something. I am the full Jeff Fox, at least for now. There's so many good nicknames coming up this week. And yes, this is your second episode of the day. We're giving you an extra episode this week and extra episode next week because Thanksgiving is not going to be a feast, at least in terms of MMA content to cover. That is Daniel Gumby Vreeland, of course. It's UAE Warriors. We're headed back to UAE for UAE Warriors 65. Silva versus Oliveira. Any overall thoughts on the event or any people on it? Anything you're excited about here, Gumby?
Yeah, there's two fighters on this card who could be in the UFC tomorrow.
Nice.
And I would have no complaints about it. So, yeah, that's exciting. And then a couple other just like scrappy dudes who are fun to watch. So, yeah, fun card.
There you go. And we're going to make some money on it, naturally. Before we dive into it, reminder, college basketball is back on, which means make sure you have subscribed to the College Experience to catch the daily podcasts and download the SGPN app for free college basketball picks. All right. We are talking about UAE Warriors 65. Silva versus Oliveira. It looks like it says all in, but it's all AN is the name of the place in UAE. Al space AIN. Al AN. I'm sure
I know nothing about it.
Nope. I'm going to ask you questions, but Gumby does not know. He has no geopolitical knowledge of this place.
None.
Saturday, 11 a.m. start time. So there you go. It won't run up against the UFC pay-per-view because UFC actually has a good card this week. You won't want to miss. The Adnac Center Al Ain is where it's taking place. If you want to go watch it, we probably have some fans in the UAE, more than likely. We got 14 fights in a cage. Gummy's picked up E5 that he wants to break down in full, and then we'll get you a lightning round at the end where you can get picks on the other fights. And if that's still not good enough for you, you can always hit us up in the Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord, or on the YouTube, of course, or even on the old Twitter. All right, we are kicking. There's going to be some names that you recognize here too, people that we have covered already. We're going to start off with a main card featherweight bout. Ahmed Faress. He's from, I believe, Saudi Arabia, Egypt.
Yeah.
Yes. Egypt. Walter Cogliandro. He is from the name. The name actually does give it away. He's from Italy. 3 500 rounds, 145. So about Faress first, he's the Prince, 22-8, 5 knockouts, 17 submissions. So he's finished everyone, and he's been knocked out twice, submitted 3 times. I guess he owe us rounds still. 1-2 in UAE Warriors. He's won 5 straight. Last loss, March 2023. Multiple region championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get our shirts, get our merch, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. It's fought at 135 and 155, 2011 pro MMA debut. Cogliandro, the Snatch. Good nickname. 15-8-1, 6 knockouts, 3 submissions. He's been knocked out twice, submitted 3 times. 2-1 in the promotion. He's won 1 of 5, though, including getting submitted in his last bout. Multiple region championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get our shirts, get our merch, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. And that's it. For multiple regional championships, we have nothing else for the rest of the episode. So there you go. I got him in early. Used to fight at 155 for Cogliandro. 1-0 in custom MMA. So that could be anything in Italy. An inch taller than Faress.
I want to say that was bare knuckle MMA.
Okay.
But I might be wrong. Do you think Cogliandro's nickname is based on the Guy Ritchie movie?
I think we probably discussed that. I would hope so.
I would hope so.
It could mean something else.
I would hope so. All right. This is gonna be wild. I'm gonna take one of those big underdog swings that
that angers people.
That our YouTube comments sometimes hates, or just 1 or 2 people. But
yeah, I know it's not everyone.
I like Cogliandro here. And I like Cogliandro as much as I like fading Ahmed Faress too. Because, to be honest with you, I don't really like the level of competition I've seen from Faress. And he has looked real spotty in some of those fights. Like I went back and I watched this one fight. He was fighting a guy who's 9-8. And the guy tagged him multiple times with overhand rights. The guy wound up in like a top half guard where he was like beating the heck out of him. I thought he was going to get finished. And I'm like, how does he come back and win this? And he winds up hitting like a BJJ 101 like half guard sweep, like one of the first sweeps they teach newbies in jiu-jitsu, and just like sweeps the guy and winds up on top. And then like kind of turns the tide of the fight, which is like what you can do when you're fighting a guy who's not very good. But the fact of the matter is when I went back and watched more and more of Faress, like, head just doesn't move at all. It just stays right there. And he insists on being second in every single striking exchange. Like he is just waiting for counters all the time. He will not initiate a counter himself. And then his head doesn't move. So like, how are you going to be a guy who counters and that's your MO and also aren't going to move your head at all? Like it feels like that's not a sustainable way to fight. And then Cogliandro, look, I know his recent record looks like crap. He's not winning very many fights recently, but the thing is A, he's tough as hell, and B, the thing he does is march forward and puts volume on people. Could he get hit with a counter here from Faress? Sure. That's what Faress wants to do, but Cogliandro is going to make this dude work, and he's going to get in his face, and he's going to hit him a dozen times early in the fight. And so, like, if I'm rolling a dice on a guy who's probably going to be a 3-1 underdog or maybe even better, I think he can get after him and make him pay for the fact that he just simply will not move his head.
6% of people on Tapology agree with you. So this could be a fun one.
They don't like Cogliandro either.
Could be a fun play for you here if it hits. If not, we'll get some good comments, which is good. It's a win-win, Gumby. At least we'll
helps the algorithm. Helps the algorithm.
It does.
Keep commenting. Keep commenting.
We're going to flyweights now. Furkatbek Yokubov. I think we've spoken of him before. Uzbekistan. Ruel Pañales. I don't think we've spoken of him before. He's from the Philippines. Have you? Okay. They are. Yeah, I remember him by the nickname now. Like I said, flyweight 5-minute rounds. Yokubov is Iron Man. 15-4, 8 knockouts, 4 submissions. He's been knocked out 3 times, submitted once. 1-3 in the promotion. However, he's won 5 straight, all via finish. He's on a nice roll here. He's not lost since August 2023. 0-1 the Ultimate Fighter. So technically, he lost his last fight because that was, I think, the last time he has fought or close to it.
You're right.
Regional champ. He's fought at 135 and 145. 1-0 in pro karate. Pañales, Bag Sick is the nickname. Fierce. That means 6-3 with 1 no contest, 3 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out once. Yoa's round, sir. 1-0 in the UAE Warrior promotion. He's won 1 of 3 and 2 of 5. He did win his last bout. He went 0-1 in PFL, 0-1 in road to UFC. He's fought at 135, 0-1 in bare knuckle fighting. Bare knuckle FC, actually, that promotion. 2 years younger than Yokubov, an inch taller.
So Yokubov, in my opinion, should be a massive favorite. This is a guy who belongs to the UFC. He did lose on the Ultimate Fighter, which is probably why the UFC soured on him and didn't invite him back. But he did lose to Alibi Adiris, who went to the finals and lost to Joseph Morales. And in retrospect, Joseph Morales, how good did that dude look this weekend? Yeah. Right? Like, so good. So that was a really good season of the Ultimate Fighter. And look, Yokubov, so much fun on the feet. You might remember him from his LFA spinning back kick KO. He landed like a really nasty spinning wheel kick and put his opponent out. He's so electric on the feet, so fast, so powerful. And then Pañales he wants to strike too. Clearly that's his MO. But he's so chinny lately, you just can't trust his chin to take a punch anymore. He was knocked out in a BKFC fight. What was it? 3 months ago, he got knocked out in a bare knuckle fight, and he's coming right back, and they're putting him in there with a dude who's a dangerous striker. This seems like a tailor-made fight for Yokubov. And they're going to give him a fight against the guy who was on Pañales was road to the UFC, right?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Going to give him a road to the UFC guy. I mean, they're clearly trying to build this guy back into the UFC. And he deserves it. So electric, so fun. one bad fight on the Ultimate Fighter, notwithstanding, I really like Yokubov. So expect him to get the fireworks going early. Probably a massive favorite, but I still like him here.
No one watches Ultimate Fighter anyhow, so you're fine. I'm sure the UFC brass.
That season was nasty, though. You should have watched it.
Imagine having a good season with flyweights. Imagine that, right?
Yeah,
they should have flyweights every season, right?
Man, and Joseph, I want to reiterate too. Joseph Morales is probably a top 10 flyweight right now.
Yep, it's true. He is looking very, very good. All right, we are going to tell you about mybookie.ag. Speaking of things that look good, we're brought to you by them. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. They have easy deposits and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Check out all the MMA lines that we talked about over there. And when you do, head to mybookie.ag. Sign up with our promo code MMASGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. So that's mybookie.ag, promo code MMASGPN. And we're also brought to you by Novig, Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. Novig, you're getting the best prices. They got reduced juice on bets. Novig is available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. All right, a couple of fun names coming up next. Gonna be assured, they're easy to say.
You got this. I believe in you.
Abdurakhman. See, even the first name's hard. Abdurakhman Alimagomedov, which is a fun last name to say. Anvarbek Daniyalbekov is another fun name to say. Ali Magomedov is from Russia. Daniyalbekov is from Azerbaijan, which we don't get a heck of a lot of fighters from. 3 5-minute rounds, 190 pounds. Is that their middleweight class?
Nah, I think that's a catch. I think that's a catch weight. I can't seem to figure out why it isn't, but I think that's a catch weight.
All right, we'll tell you about Daniyalbekov, 11-0 with 10 knockouts. Very impressive. 1-0 in UAE Warriors, TKO win in his last bout. He's fought at 170 to 195, 2 inches taller than Alimagomedov. Alimagomedov is Lion of Dagestan, 12-1, 1 knockout, 6 submissions. He has never been finished in a fight. He's 1-0 in UAE Warriors as well. He's won 2 straight, including his last bout via submission. He lost a fight March 2021. He used to fight at 170. He's 3 years younger than Daniyalbekov.
Yeah, I think Daniyalbekov is going to be a slight favorite due to the better record. Alimagomedov might keep that line close, being like a Dagestani guy, but they both got OV names. So you know how the regional books tend to be when this comes up. I'm going to go Daniyalbekov. I actually just think his stylistically, and I didn't give you a number. They give you -135. I think Daniyalbekov is just stylistically kind of trouble for Alimagomedov. And Alimagomedov is a guy who it's all power grappling. Big doubles. He won by Kimura in his last fight, and it was just probably like, grabbing the guy's arm and yanking on it until he was like in a good spot for it. It's just like a lot of high energy stuff. And it's true on the feet too. Like when he decides to throw, which, it's clearly not his thing. Big wind up, huge punches, clearly trying to just throw with everything he's got. And if you want to go back and take a look at his last loss, or his only loss once, right?
Yeah.
If you go back and you look at that loss, it's like the power doubles work early, and then when the guy gets up, like he's tired. He's worn himself out because he's like expends a lot of energy in every move, and to the point where late in the fight, he went to go take the guy down, and the guy just like hipped over into mount. And it was like all of a sudden his takedown it cost him. And if you look at Daniyalbekov in both his fights that he wins and his fights, he's won every single fight, but and even offensive, I guess is what I mean here, is like ready to counter, and it's powerhouse. And we got the guy who's like the technical guy. So like even when he got taken down and put in bottom side, he like found his way out the back door, countered, and was like almost in on a takedown himself. And the wrestling game is not even really where Daniyalbekov makes his hay. Like he is a guy who prefers to strike and puts on volume and really tries to wear on people. But the best part is like he's able to scramble and then like turn up the pressure and tire people out. So we got a guy who's like very good at avoiding just the big powerhouses by having smart technical counters, and you got a big powerhouse. You got a guy with amazing cardio who's been able to wear people down. You got guys with cardio issues. So, like, for me, Daniyalbekov is just like a really great stylistic matchup here to counter what we get in Alimagomedov. So I'm going to go with Daniyalbekov, and hopefully it's not too big of a favorite.
How is that for an expert breakdown, right? Fantastic. All right. Daniyalbekov is the play. We're going to the co-main event now. Bruno Azeredo, he's from Brazil. Brentin Mumford from Australia, because Australia is taking over this game. They are every promotion. We seem to have an Australian pretty much every fight card we break down here. We'll talk about Mumford first. No Name is the nickname. He's 11-9, 5 knockouts, 3 submissions. He's been submitted 4 times. This is his debut in LFA. He's lost 2 straight. He's won 1 of 4 and 2 of 7. Past 2 losses, both via submission. He used to fight at 145 and 155. 2011 Pro MMA debut, a year younger than Azeredo. Azeredo Caveria Skull is the nickname. 18-9, 10 knockouts, 5 submissions. He's been knocked out twice, submitted 3 times. 7-0 in UAE Warriors. He is the current 155-pound champion. He's successfully defended that title once. He's fought at 145 and 155. 2007 Pro MMA debut, an inch taller than Mumford. So why is he fighting at 170 now?
It's 165, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
I think this is a super lightweight fight.
It is. I'm sorry, 165. Yep.
Yeah. Why is he moving up? Who knows? Maybe the guy who they had contracted to fight couldn't get there or whatever. But he's going to be a massive favorite here, like 450, 500 kind of range. Mumford, you mentioned, he's on a 2-fight losing streak that spans 5 years. It's been a while. And now, granted, those losses are to really good opponents. He lost to David Martinez, not the David Martinez you know in the UFC, but a different David Martinez, who's also pretty damn good down in Eternal. And then the other one was to Jack Becker, who we got to see on Road to the UFC. So, like, he's lost a good level of opponents. But the bottom line is, if you look at those fights, and I hate accusing people of this, but I do it all the time anyway, it looks like he gives up on bottom. When he winds up in a bad position, particularly, like, as the fight has raged on for a while, he looks like, he was in, like, an arm triangle. I want to say that was the Becker fight. He was in an arm triangle, and it looked like if he just turned his shoulders just a little bit more, he was going to limp that arm out. And he almost, like, turns into it. Like, he's just like, okay, well, just if you're going to put it on right, and winds up, tapping out instead. And I'm like, it really did just feel like he kind of wanted to weigh out at that time. And then he takes this massive layoff and then fights David Martinez again, because he lost to David Martinez earlier in his career. Yep. He fights him again. And again, it felt like the same thing. It felt like, when he was on the feet, he's like long and lanky, especially for the weight classes he fights in. And, like, clearly looks like he'd rather be on the feet. But just, like, that moment happens and it seems like he's out of there. Like, he doesn't want to be there. And then Azeredo, he's not a guy who does grapple a lot. So maybe, you might see a bright spot there for Mumford. But he is so vicious. So, like, if he drops Mumford, like, he is going to throw 300 hammer fists. And again, I kind of just think Mumford's going to look for a way out. Azeredo, I mean, first of all, he's a slugger. This is a guy who just likes to get after it. He marches forward, gets right in your face, loves a teep up the middle, like a really hard teep to the solar plexus or to the gut. One of those ones that just takes the entire wind out of you. He's really tough there. He'll throw elbows for the finishes. He's good in the clinch. He's good on the ground. So, like, he's a guy who does a good job of crowding people, which I think is going to be a problem for Mumford, who kind of needs his range and kind of needs to strike from the outside. And then on top of that, like, I mean, even if Mumford was having a good time on the feet, I think Azeredo shoots a double and, like, finds a submission. Like, I think he could, because that's just kind of how I feel about Mumford's grappling style. So, give me Bruno Azeredo here. Probably a big favorite, but worth every penny.
Yeah, I forgot to say about Mumford. He's not fought since last November. He's not won since March 2021. So, yeah, it's been a long time.
So almost a 5-year, the losing streak has lasted for almost 5 years.
Yes. And before that, he hadn't won since 2018. Do you know who he beat in his last win, Gumby? It's a great name.
That's got to be somebody I've heard. Oh, no. Is it just a silly name or is it
a silly name?
Okay, it's a silly name. No, I don't know.
Dimps Gillies.
Oh, I know Dimps Gillies. Yeah, he fights for Eternal. Yeah.
Yes, he's Australian. Yeah. Dimps, the Guillotine Gillies. That's a great name. Of course, Gumby knows him. You can't get anything past Gumby. All right, Azeredo is the pick. Before we get to the main event, reminder, we're brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is your home for pick'em entries where you can win up to 5,000 times your entry. Gumby's got a play for you right now.
So on earlier today's show, I talked about how Jaylen Brown is the only guy who scores for the Celtics. Let me tell you about one of the only guys who scores for the Brooklyn Nets, and his name is Noah Clowney. Noah Clowney, I don't know if he's good or not, but somebody's got to score on that team. And right now, the projection on his points is 12.5. He's gone for 15 at least in each of his last 3 games, including 19 in his last one. So let's take the higher than on Noah Clowney's points.
All right, get on Gumby's intel there, and also get in on Underdog's brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 of bonus funds when you sign up with our code, only our code, MMASGPN. That would help us out greatly, as well as it would help yourself out. Rhythm, RITHMM, is crushing it in college football, NFL, and now just added the NBA. Rhythm is also giving away weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you can win $1,000. Gumby, time for another Rhythm play.
Sure, let's stick with the Brooklyn Nets. I just mentioned they're god-awful. They're terrible. They're playing the Knicks tonight, and the Knicks are laying 15.5. And guess what? I'll take that side right there. I'll lay the 15.5. Let's say the Nets lose by 30 here. We'll take the Knicks.
I have the Knicks as well. So there you go. Use
The
promo
Nets
code
are
SGPN
so
20.
bad. They're so bad.
Yep. But by design. By design. Yep. All right. Make sure you use our promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. So download Rhythm, RITHMM, and use our promo code SGPN25. To the main event is for something I'm going to ask Gumby about, of course. It's for a vacant title, Gumby. Vacant women's strawweight championship. Why is it vacant? Do you know that?
UAE Warriors. Was that Jacinta Austin had it? I want to say Jacinta Austin had it, but I don't know why she wouldn't be there still.
Okay. I can do some intel. Or the intern can.
You go ahead. I'll put the intern on.
That's true. 5-minute rounds at women's strawweight. A name you may be familiar with if you listen to our show, Lany Silva. She's from Brazil. She's fighting a fellow countrywoman from Brazil, Michele Oliveira. As is at 5-minute rounds, 115, and they win a belt. Whoever wins this, we'll tell you about Oliveira first. She's 5-1, 1 knockout, 3 submissions. She's never been finished in a fight. She owes us rounds. No, she owes us it's a toss-up. I think she owes us rounds still. 1-0 in UAE Warriors. She's won 3 straight, 2 straight via finish. 0-1 in LFA. That was her last loss and only loss, July 2021. So she's done a nice little roll. Used to fight up at 135. 1-1 as a pro grappler. Silva, 7-2, 2 knockouts, 1 submission. She's been submitted once. She also finishes. 1-0 in UAE Warriors. She's 5-2 in LFA. She won 3 of 5, but she did get submitted in her last bout. She was the former LFA champion. 3-0-1 as a pro kickboxer, champion there as well. 7 years younger than Oliveira.
So I was right. Jacinta Austin was their champion, and she signed with PFL. Hadn't realized she had signed with PFL, but she had signed with PFL. She's actually the only strawweight champion they've ever had. She's nasty. I'm looking forward to seeing her. I hope they do a strawweight season on PFL because she'd be a lot of fun to watch on there. I'm going to take Lany Silva here. I think if you just
hesitation.
Here's the thing. She's coming off of submission loss, but it was to Elisa Bertolso, which, in retrospect, Bertolso looks kind of like a beast. There's so many strawweight beasts in Brazil for women. It's crazy. Yeah. She lost to Bertolso by submission. She's fighting a submission specialist. Obviously, there's some hesitation there. And I'm kind of hoping that makes the books hesitate too. Like, I hope it keeps them from making Lany Silva too big of a favorite. Because, I really do think Lany Silva just ran into, an absolute killer, right, in Bertolso. She's long, she's lanky, she can box, she can shoot the takedowns. And look, I've seen Michele Oliveira hit some takedowns, but her level of competition is just kind of crazy low. And it's not like Lany Silva is clearly has a deficiency in grappling. She's looked good grappling in the past. She just struggled with Bertolso. So I kind of think Lany Silva's hands take over in this fight. And she is an electric striker. I know I picked her in the Bertolso fight because of just how exciting she is on the feet. She had that head kick KO the fight before that. Look, she's along with Furkatbek, Yokubov, just 2 fighters who I think absolutely positively belong in the UFC, despite the recent loss, because you could sign Bertolso too, bring her right on in, let her rematch Lany Silva in the UFC for that matter. But like, I think Lany Silva's hands are so much better than Oliveira. She's gonna be so much quicker. She's more diverse with her strikes. Like Oliveira, you can kind of see like the same strikes coming over and over again. It's like she's gonna throw the 1-2. She's gonna then throw a naked leg kick. Whereas Lany Silva comes from all kinds of different angles. She throws to the body. She throws to the head. She throws kicks to your legs repeatedly and opens up the head, and then she throws the head kick. Like she's just like, she's really crafty on the feet. She's super strong. She's got crazy knockout power for somebody of that size. And it pretty much all Oliveira's got here is like needs a double leg and to get her jiu-jitsu going. I've only ever seen that work on Lany Silva once, and she's fought some pretty high level of competition. So I'm going to trust that she's kind of fixed it. You know, you mentioned the hesitation in my voice. I will clarify. That's because A, she lost to a grappler last time. B, I don't love the fact that she lost her LFA title and immediately was like, where else will give me a title?
Yeah.
You know, that's like, and granted, UAE Warriors, great promotion. You know, I like that she's getting a shot at the title if it's vacant. You know, might as well like just find a real fun fighter to put in it. But like, you know, when somebody's taking their prospect loss, sometimes we like to see them sit on it for a bit. Lany Silva's definitely not doing that. She's not sitting on it. So I'm gonna pick her. I'm gonna hope that the books feel my hesitation and keep it low themselves. And if they do, she'd probably be a value there.
Feel Gummy's hesitation, books. The Tapologists do not feel your hesitation. 95% for Silva. So
she's better. They're right about that.
Yep. All right, let's give a recap, but don't you go away yet. Gummy's got more plays for you. He always has more plays. He's got Silva. He's got Azeredo. He has got Daniyalbekov. He has got Yokubov. He has got Cogliandro. And he's got some lightning round plays at Bamboo Pow.
Okay, so the first one I've got Pavel Andruska. He's a Moldovan fighter, 6-0, amazing ground and pound. And he's getting a late notice replacement here. And Daramisi Zaupasi. But you remember Zaupasi was on Road to the UFC. He didn't look good on it, but he was on it. And so I'm kind of hoping that keeps the number low on Andruska. You know, he is 6-0. He does have lots of finishes. He has looked good when he is getting after it. But like, I kind of hope they just sleep on him a little bit here. So I'm going to go with Pavel Andruska. And then the other one, man, I said I would take two of these guys in the UFC already, yeah. Right? I said Yokubov and Lany Silva. I actually probably would take three. Ahmed Magomedov is on the prelims. This guy was on the Ultimate Fighter. And in addition to being on the Ultimate Fighter, he was LFA champ, I think. I want to say he won the LFA title. And he's somehow buried in the prelims here. He's like, you know, he's got some issues with his grappling from time to time. Like sometimes it will look like he should be a lot better than he is, especially with a name like Ahmed Magomedov. But like, man, he sort of put it all together. And even though he kind of lost a fight that he was ahead on against, was it Amran Shaban? I think it was Amran Shaban beat him on the Ultimate Fighter. And like, give him that fight 10 times, he probably wins it 9 times. So like, I really like him here. I mean, I'd like him against pretty much anybody. But yeah, so the 2 lightning round picks again, Pavel Andruska and Ahmed Magomedov.
All right, you're all set for UAE Warriors 65. Did I even tell you when it's happening? I don't think I did. I think I might have skipped that. Oh yeah, I told you, early Saturday morning before the UFC pay-per-view.
11 a.m.
So, yep, 11 a.m. So you are set. All right, we'll be in the Discord chatting about it during the event, before the event, after the event. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. Of course, on the old YouTube, MMA Gambling Podcast, Twitter, SGPN MMA. He's at Gummy Reeland. I'm at Jeff Fox Writer, at Jeff Fox Writer on Instagram. Check out my Substack, moneymma.substack.com, for a bunch of lovely articles, stats, scouting reports now I'm doing for fighters. And I have got a free UFC Pick'em contest. So check that out, Money MMA. Gumby, Top Turtle MMA Podcast. You got a lot of regional fighters coming up, right?
Yeah. Furkatbek, Yokubov, who's we spoke about earlier on the show. And then from earlier today's episode, that's right, we gave you 2 episodes today. Nasty Nate Garib and Naira Rep as well.
All right. So check it out. Top Turtle MMA. And of course, we can be found at sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. Now we rest and we come back again tomorrow after Gumby says bye-bye.
All right, I'm Dana Gumby Freeland. He's no name, Jeff Fox, and we will see you tomorrow.